When investigators entered Pope Francis' private mansion after his death, they made an astonishing discovery: a hidden door beneath the private chapel floorboards. This door wasn't listed in any official blueprints. It was carefully concealed, almost invisible to the naked eye. When opened, it led to a stone staircase spiraling downward, a secret crypt that hadn't been touched for decades. Some believe Francis used this space for prayer. Others think it hid much more: ancient relics, forbidden texts, or confessions of Vatican secrets too dangerous to reveal. The mystery of the hidden door raises one chilling question: what was Francis trying to protect or hide? A room frozen in time. Deep inside the mansion, they found a room that looked like it hadn't been touched since the 1800s. Dusty tomes lined the walls, handwritten manuscripts in Latin, Greek, and Hebrew. In the center stood an ancient oak desk with a single object on it: a worn leather journal. Its first page bore a haunting inscription: "For the eyes of the true shepherd alone." Who wrote these words? Had Pope Francis been studying something hidden from public view? Knowledge passed from pope to pope through centuries of secrecy? The blood-stained crucifix. On a wall behind the hidden room's altar, searchers found a crucifix unlike any seen before. It was made of dark, almost blackened wood, with faint stains of what appeared to be blood at the base. Tests later revealed the stains were human blood, but from multiple individuals over centuries. Why did Francis keep this ancient, almost supernatural relic close to his heart? Was it a warning, a burden, or a prayer for redemption over the sins of the Church? The discovery sent shivers through even the most hardened investigators. The forbidden bookshelves. In Francis's private library, several shelves were padlocked shut with rusted iron chains. Once opened, they revealed forbidden volumes, banned gospels, suppressed prophecies, and Vatican documents labeled Confidentialis Maxima, the highest secrecy classification. Some texts dated back to the Council of Nicaea. Shockingly, some described a very different image of early Christianity, one that threatened the Church's modern foundations. Did Pope Francis believe the world needed to know these truths? Or was he guarding them to protect the faithful from chaos? The mysterious map room. One chamber inside the mansion contained a series of ancient maps, but not of Earth as we know it. These maps charted spiritual dimensions, pathways between heaven, earth, and something called the shrouded place. Some scholars suggest this refers to purgatory. Others believe it reveals realms the Church has long denied. Francis's personal notes scribbled in the margins reveal a man obsessed with uncovering hidden cosmic truths. Was this madness or divine revelation? And why was he preparing detailed escape routes? The secret correspondence. Inside a locked drawer of his writing desk, they discovered hundreds of letters, personal correspondence between Pope Francis and mysterious figures only referred to by initials like M and D. The letters spoke cryptically of betrayal inside the Vatican, celestial visions, and an urgent need to prepare for a great unveiling. One note chillingly reads, "They have already entered the garden. The serpent wears a crown." Was Francis trying to warn someone? And who was he secretly working with in his final days? The Chamber of Tears. Another room was almost too painful to describe. A small, candlelit chamber lined with photos of children, war zones, and devastated communities. Each photo had prayers scribbled underneath in Francis's handwriting, begging God for mercy. In the center was a kneeling bench, worn down from years of use. It was clear. This was where Francis wept for the world. The sight shook the investigators to their core. The media always showed Francis smiling, but behind closed doors, he was a man who bore the sorrows of humanity on his soul. The underground reliquary beneath the mansion, a vault was found containing some of the rarest relics ever documented. Shards of the true cross, bones attributed to apostles, even a cloth rumored to have wrapped Christ after his crucifixion. None of these were ever publicly displayed. Why did Francis hide them? Was he safeguarding them from desecration, or from a Vatican power struggle he knew would erupt after his death? The existence of this secret reliquary suggests Francis understood that darkness was closing in. The last will and testament, nobody expected buried deep within the hidden chambers, was a handwritten last will, completely different from the official Vatican documents. In it, Francis warned of a coming false church and begged future believers to hold fast to Christ alone, not to princes in white robes. He wrote, "If you follow a man, you may fall. If you follow Christ, you shall rise." His real final message was not to leaders, but to us, the faithful. The world was never meant to see it. Now, it changes everything. The unfinished prophecy scroll among the hidden relics was an ancient scroll, incomplete, fragile, but chilling. It described events eerily similar to those happening now: corruption rising in the church, division among the faithful, a final great deception. It ended mid-sentence, as if whoever wrote it had been stopped. Pope Francis had made notes in the margins, linking parts of it to Revelation, Daniel, and Christ's end times warnings. He was studying this prophecy intensely. Was he trying to finish it before death claimed him? The Book of Names. One of the mansion's final secrets was a leather-bound book titled simply Nomen, Latin for names. Inside were hundreds of names, each carefully annotated: cardinals, bishops, political leaders, and celebrities. Next to some were crosses. Next to others were cryptic phrases like "the silent one" or "the divider." It's clear, Pope Francis was mapping out alliances and threats, not just inside the church, but around the world. What did he see coming? And why did he believe these names would decide the church's future? The hidden audio recordings. In a false bottom drawer, investigators found dozens of old-fashioned cassette tapes, each labeled with Latin titles. When played, they contained secret recordings, private conversations between Francis and other top Vatican officials. On them, he questions decisions, rebukes cover-ups, and even weeps openly when confronted with horrific reports from around the globe. One tape ends with Francis whispering, "If I speak, I condemn myself. If I stay silent, I betray him." His struggle between exposing evil and protecting the faithful was heartbreaking. The final revelation, a map to the future church. The most shocking discovery was a hand-drawn chart hidden behind a painting of the Last Supper. It was a map, but not to treasure. It outlined the structure of a purified underground church, one Francis believed would rise from the ashes after corruption destroyed the old order. Tiny handwritten notes marked phases like the fall, the scattering, and the gathering. In his final act, Francis had not given up hope. He believed that a true church, faithful, humble, and unseen, would survive. And now, that secret plan is in our hands.